Hey guys, it's Jennifer from Jen's Kitchen, and today I'm going to show you how to make the most decadent and rich milk chocolate truffles. These are my favorite showstopper dessert. They're perfect for Valentine's Day or really any occasion where you want someone to be like, oh my god, how did you make these? They're actually really deceptively easy, and with just a little bit of time and patience, you guys can make your own homemade, rich, delicious chocolate truffles. Alright, so the ingredients you're going to need for these truffles are few and simple. We're going to use about 1/3 cup of heavy cream, a cup of milk chocolate chips, a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, and optional ingredients are some sprinkles for decorating and just a little bit of shortening. So the first thing we're going to do is just heat up our cream over medium heat, and we're going to heat this up until we start seeing little bubbles form on the surface. Okay, so now that my cream has started bubbling up a little bit, we're going to take it right off the heat. Now I'm going to pour my cream right over my milk chocolate chips. And we're just going to let this sit for 2 minutes just to let those chocolate chips warm up a little bit. And now that our chocolate chips are nice and melted, we're just going to slowly whisk this together until it becomes beautiful, rich chocolate ganache. Just like that. Perfect. This is exactly what you want to see. Thick, rich chocolate ganache. Okay, now we are totally done with our truffle filling. Now, if you were like me and back in the day you thought that chocolate ganache was really complicated and it sounded difficult and it was something that only pastry chefs made, it's just chocolate and cream. It's not scary, it's not complicated, it's really, really easy, so good. And now the only thing that I have to do is I'm just going to place it in the freezer for about 40 to 45 minutes or until it's nice and firm. We want this to be really firm because we're going to roll it into little balls and we're going to be well on our way to having our truffles. Alright guys, as you can see, this ganache is really nice and firm. Now it's time to scoop it and roll it. Okay, so I've got my chilled chocolate ganache mixture ready to go. The only other things you're going to need are a spoon, some nice clean cold hands, and a baking sheet lined with aluminum foil. So I'm just going to dip my spoon into this chocolate ganache. Now I'm going to take it, I'm going to roll it into a little ball. And we're going to place it on the baking sheet just like that. So now I'm going to scoop the rest of these truffles. What? I wasn't eating anything. Okay. Now, we're going to put this back in the freezer, 20 to 30 more minutes, get it really, really cold. Alright guys, so I just took my truffles out of the freezer. They are really nice and cold, just the way I want them. The last thing I have to do is melt the chocolate and dip the truffles. So, I've got my cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. I'm going to melt mine with a little bit of shortening. I think it helps the truffles harden a little bit faster, and it makes the chocolate a little bit more fluid and gives me a bit of a thinner coating, but it's totally optional, up to you whether you want to use it or not. It just is something that I prefer. Okay, so I just took my chocolate out of the microwave. I put it in there for 30 seconds. Now I'm just giving it a quick stir, and we're going to put it right back in the microwave for another 30 seconds. So it's been 30 more seconds, and now I'm just giving my chocolate another stir. Now it's just going to have one last go in the microwave for another 15 to 20 seconds, and we're going to be ready to go. There we go, and that is how you make foolproof melted chocolate. So now I have a bit of an assembly line. I've got my melted chocolate, my really nice and cold truffles, and my sprinkles for decorating. Alright everyone, so here's how it's going to go. I've got my melted chocolate, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip one in there, get it totally enrobed. I just like to scooch it up the side, tap off the excess chocolate. We're just going to place it right on to the baking sheet. And every 2 to 3, make sure you sprinkle them because the chocolate is going to harden quickly. Alright, and we're so close to being done, I can almost taste it, even though I already did. So the last thing that we need to do is just pop these in the freezer for 15 to 20 minutes. I know, we're so close. They just really need to be nice and cold before we dig in, and they are gonna be so beautiful. Ta-da! So here are my truffles. Give you guys a little bit of a close-up. Hopefully you can see that. I wish you could taste them. These are one of my favorite things to make. Get ready. If you make these, no one's gonna let you make anything else ever again besides truffles. They're gonna be like, oh my God, where are the truffles? You have to make truffles. And that's all you're gonna do all day. So I've warned you. These are so easy and just awesome little treats. And they're really customizable. You can use powdered sugar and just roll them in that instead of dipping them in chocolate. You can roll them in some chopped toasted nuts. That would be awesome. These are one of my favorite things to make. You guys are going to love them. Please make them and try them and tell me what you think. Don't forget to subscribe, and there's lots of little details and tips and tricks on engenskitchen.com on how to make these absolutely perfect.